Good morning.
Morning. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sorry for the waiting for maybe or 15 minutes more. So we have the guest today. We have Mr. Dr. Sam Kyungmoon son, who represents the Burton and South Derbyshire College in the UK, as well as he's the professor at Kyungmoon University in Korea. So he will be sharing his insights regarding the UK and the South Korea in general. So he will be addressing both the students who are learning Korean language for the work visa as well as the students visa. And if you have any questions, we will open a Q&A session after the end of the session. So we have guests from Japan as well, Saito Shigeru Sensei. So few of you might know him. He were in Central College like 5 or 6 years before. He was one of the pillar where, for the success of Central College. And we have Mr. Lee, who is, respected and well known among students. And he is associated with Central College from last 1 year. Yeah. So today the session will mainly be handled by Dr. Sam Kyungmoon son, and I would like to hand over this mic to him, and he will share some insights regarding UK and the South Korea. So the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So you probably know 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. Oh yeah, that's like hello. And also the rest of you are from different department, different language part. That's good. Okay. Yeah. Basically, thank you for the welcome. Thank you. It's really wonderful to be here. I've met Mr. Paudo, I think middle of last year in Japan. So we met each other in Nagasaki. And then we had a good talk there, and then we invited him to come and visit the UK, where I live. So he came about 3-4 months ago. We had a good discussions. And then Mr. Vipin and Mr. Paudo, we've been talking about what we can do together for Korea and also for the UK. So I basically invite myself here. So I offered, I want to come and meet the student and also have a further meetings. Because, I've prepared something beforehand, but I think some of them may not be relevant to you all. But just wanted to share some insight that I have found from the UK and from Korea. Some of the new trends, some of the new potentials for you guys. I like seminar type of sessions. So instead of me just talking non-stop for 1 hour, I want to hear from you. Because when you ask questions, then I can probably answer and give you more information relevant to your situation. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, just to give you my introduction. Okay, he looks Korean, but he talks about English, UK. So my background is quite complicated. But I think to some extent, it is probably relevant to you because I was born in Korea. I was an international student to UK. Just like some of you are preparing to go to Korea, Japan, or different countries to study first. In a way, that was my route. So I went to England to study. But for me, I started from high school. And afterwards, I started working for Korean government agency in London. So for me, study abroad opened up new opportunities. And for me, one of the strengths that I had was just like some of you already have, the language skills and also understanding of culture. So when I was working for Korean government in the UK, I was able to represent Korean companies in the UK so that they can start trading with British companies. Also, I was supporting British companies coming to Korea to invest and trade with Korean companies. So that was my first job. And I think many of you, that might seem like, oh, it's a dream, but actually it's achievable because you'll be linking soon or already you will have great language skills yeah, Korean, Japanese, or different languages, English, and also your own languages. So that was my background. So I started working for Korean government, and then soon after that, I've decided to study, and also work for myself. So I started helping other companies on my own as a business consultant. And I've been doing that for the last 17 years. So that's sort of my background. Another interesting fact, which may not be relevant to you, is that when I was living in the UK, I married my wife. She's Australian British. So she was born in Australia, but her family are originally from the UK. So that added another interesting dimension, yeah, culturally. That might happen to you. Like if you go to Japan or Korea, you might meet somebody that you dream about, you pray about. So that's also sort of added interesting element into my life. So I think in terms of based on my experience, what I want to sort of encourage you is that, yeah, keep learning the languages, yeah, keep learning languages, but also dream big, because you don't just need to stick to the path that some other people previously went through. You can create your own path. Yeah, and also there are all different encounters and meetings that will take place either here or at your destination, whether it's Korea, Japan, or UK, or elsewhere. But embrace it, because that might open a new opportunities as well. Another practical bit that I want to encourage you, based on my experience, is that learning languages is a great first step. But languages is not enough. You need to learn cultures. You need to understand those people that you want to be with, right? So language, yeah, to be able to communicate, that's first step. But I want to encourage you, while you are learning languages, Korean, Japanese, English, try to be interested in their societies as well, because that will make it easier. Once you arrive in Korea, once you arrive in Japan, once you arrive in countries, you will understand society and the way of thinking of those people as well. So on the side, I'm sure you are busy learning languages, but on the side, learn about their society, follow their news. What's happening in Korea, what's happening in Japan, what's happening in the UK. Be slightly more interested. Like speaking of Korean, I'm sure you've got your favorite K-pop music or Korean drama, Korean actors and actresses. They only exist on TV. Yeah, in real life, you don't meet them. Like in real life, they're not real. But anyway, so I'm encouraging you to go beyond the drama and the music. So follow the news, what's going on. Follow the news, what's going on in Japan. Follow the news, politically, what's happening. So what's happening in Korea in June? Do you know?
In the case of the story of Prime Minister, is
that's right, yeah. So in June the 3rd, Korea will have new president. We have election. So that will change a lot of things, including the immigration policy as well. Yeah, so things like that. Follow the news, and also ask a lot of questions. Why is this happening in Korea? Why is this happening in Japan? So when you search for the answer, that will help you actually to be more prepared. So language is, of course, given, but plus be ready culturally. Yeah. So that's kind of advice. In terms of the different countries, obviously, I think in terms of visa rules, Mr. Paudel and his and also Mr. Sharma, the VP, the team knows all about the updates, visa updates, and so on. So do communicate with them, yeah? So they'll probably know more than I do about the visa rules and the changes that are happening. But in terms of other trends, if I may share some, in Korea, for example, population is reducing very fast, along with Japan as well. Japan, population reducing, they need a lot of people to come and work and come and be part of society. But Korea is a lot more serious. This year, the Korean government says we are short of 300,000 workers in society. And in a couple of years' time, it will be 500,000. which means the Korean government is keen to invite people from overseas to come and be part of our society. So I think that's the opportunity for next probably 20 years. Korea will have to welcome between 500,000 to 1 million people a year. So a lot of countries see that as an opportunity. I actually had a similar talk like this last Monday in Vietnam. And I had about 60 students who are learning Korean languages. Also, they see the opportunity the same. I said the same thing. Yeah, opportunities there. Be ready in terms of the language, but also follow the news, learn the culture. So Korea, there will be a lot of opportunities. One good thing about Korea is that Korean government, they do not want to put discriminatory salary package. For example, in some countries, they have one salary for their own people and different salary level for people from abroad. In Korea, by law, we don't have discrimination. So even people come from different countries, they have to receive the same and equal opportunity and equal pay. So that's kind of a good thing as well. What's Korea sort of people that Korea is looking for? Obviously, language is given, your GPA is given, but Korea wants people who are willing to learn, willing to be part of. I think that goes same for Japan or different countries. Some countries more close, like for Korea and Japan, we are what we call homogeneous society. It's like 95% of Japanese or people in Japan or Korea are Koreans or Japanese. So any other people coming into our society that have different religion or different look, different languages, initially we are a bit suspicious. But once you demonstrate your willingness to learn, obviously if you speak the language, that's great. That's great first impression that you are leaving. But if you show intention to be part of Korean society in terms of through your learning the culture, through your embracing of a Korean or Japanese culture and different culture, I think that will go down really well. So that's what we are looking for. That's what Korea, Japan, or any countries you want to go to, look for. Yeah, they welcome you, but also they want you to be part of it, part of that society. So that's kind of my advice. There are many different tips that I can give you. For example, Korea, which industry sector are in desperate need, which industry sector pays well, and that sort of thing. But that I'll open up that for questions. In the UK as well, where I've lived less than Mr. Lee, but I've lived in the UK for almost 28 years now, and I'm working with one of the vocational colleges in the UK. So in the UK, there are certain jobs that we desperately need people, especially after the Brexit. After the Brexit, some jobs that used to be filled with Eastern Europeans, slowly showing that we don't have enough people to fill those vacancies. So that could be an opportunity. Obviously, with different visa rules, visa route, there are different conditions and the number of hours you can work and so on. But it's, if you have set your mind to go to the UK, then study about what's the shortage, like job shortage. There are job shortage lists in the UK. So check those things regularly as well. What I want to encourage you is that keep learning the language, which is good. Keep learning about the society, culture, and communicate with the team here because they are the expert in terms of visa changes, and they know how to support you. But opportunity is there, opportunity is huge, and I want you to embrace it. But I think one last thing that I want to say before I open up to questions is that I also want you to think about what you can do for Nepal. I think that's really, really important thing because yesterday when I was talking with Mr. Paulo, he mentioned that Korean economy grew really fast. Like 1950, we had a war, everything was destroyed. Korea was very poor. In the 1960s, Korea was one of the poorest countries in the world. We had no infrastructure, but when you see Korea now in the space of that 60, 70 years, it has grown very fast. I think in the 60s and 70s, Korea used to send people abroad. So a lot of young girls, young nurses went to Germany to work as nurses. So it was almost like a government recruited a lot of young people and sent them abroad because there was no other way that Korea could earn dollars. So in the 60s through 70s, a lot of young girls went to Germany and Europe as nurses. A lot of young fit men went to work in mining, dangerous coal mining in Europe. And then in the 70s, a lot of young soldiers were sent to the war, Vietnam War as well, because America demanded Korea send tens and hundreds of thousands of Korean men. In the 70s, until late 70s, Korea used to send people to earn dollars. But because I think what made Korea develop as much as you see now is that the love that people had of Korea. Korea is also 70% mountainous country. All Korea had was, we don't have natural resources, we don't have oil, we don't have anything. We just have a lot of people. We had a lot of people. And we had a lot of zeal for education and love for country. People came back, people contributed to develop Korea as it is. So I want you to think about that as well. It's all good that you want to look for your opportunities abroad, but also have the love for Nepal as well. Because if Nepal develops, then outside of Nepal, you will feel the pride. People will treat Nepalis and your children and your children's children better, right? If you neglect Nepal, yeah, then your children and children's children will not be proud of their heritage, right? Will not be proud of their nationality or their root. So from personally, I want you to also think about, through your personal success, what you can do for Nepal, what you can do to make Nepal better and develop. That's not just like short-term thing. It should be a long-term plan. But in the back of your mind, throughout your personal life journey, do not lose that love for Nepal and things you can do for Nepal. Yeah? So that's kind of all I want to say, and I'll open up for any questions. Thank you.
Okay, if you have any questions, you can put your questions now. कसैलाई क्वेसन छ नेपालीमा भन्दा नि हुन्छ इङ्ग्लिसमै भन्नुपर्ने छैन I will translate for you.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Mim Baudel, and I'm not a student but working in this college since 1.5 years. And then what I mean to say is that we have already listened your experience from the South Korea, and then the journey in UK as well, and then you have gone to UK, and then I would like to listen one experience, how you handle this situation so that it can help our students to cope these issues as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mim sir. So basically, question was about the mental health. When the students are abroad and they will be missing their parents, they will be missing their friends, they will be missing their families, right? How they can cope with the mental health. And throughout your journey, you might have faced the similar situation. So how you cope with the mental health? Yeah. So if you have any other questions.
Hello sir, hi, I'm Rajendra and I studying in the Korean language. How is signified company jobs and working in Korea? How when you get a job find out quickly, and how relationship of Nepal to Korea and its workers? Thank you.
안녕하십니까.
안녕하세요.
저는 네팔에서 한국어를 가르치고 있습니다.
맞습니다.
제가 2008년에 한국에서 한국 조미국 공장에서 일했습니다. 거기서 10년 동안 일하고 여기 와서 여기 센트럴 대학교에서 한국어 학생들에게 가르치고 있습니다. 한국어를 가르치고 있습니다. 이 학생들이 고용 관계자로 한국에 가기 위해서 한국어로 L3 공부를 하고 있습니다. 이 학생들에게는 언제 한국에 갈 수 있을까요? 그리고 시험이 언제 있을까요? 궁금한 것도 많이 있습니다. 그래서 작년에도 합격하는 학생들이 지금까지 갈 수 있게 하게 됐습니다. 그래서 이 새로 학생들이 언제 시간 동안 언제까지 갈 수 있을까요? 그런 거 궁금한 거 많이 있어요. 그것도 한번 그리고 네팔에서 네팔 노동자들이 얼마나 한국에서 뽑은 것 같아요. 그런 것도 좀 아시면 좋겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Very nice to meet you, Dr. Sam. And you spent more years in my country than I have. That's for sure. I have a question for you related to what you just said about the reducing population and the need for 300,000 more people to work in your country. I think the demographic has moved very much over the last decade in terms of the style of people that you need to work in your country. And certainly working in an industry that we're working in, where we're teaching BHM and BIM to help our students to be professional. Yeah, they're doing 8 semesters, 4-year courses here. Do you think that the demographic has moved away from cheap labour to more professional labour required in South Korea? I know the situation certainly in the UK, but I'm interested to hear what labour that you're looking for in South Korea. I think it's a fair question.
I think it's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so and the first questions from the Lee was about the shift from the cheap labor to the professional opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I think each question deserves a lecture of its own, long seminar. But excellent questions. First of all, the mental coping, it's a very important thing that we often forget about. You know, many of the study abroad agencies, they are fixated making sure that the student arrive at the destination with the right qualification and right language scores. But, we often forget about that culture shock that we go through, the sense of, psychological changes and the challenges that we have. The first question, the mental, but it's great that you recognize that. And I think it's really important to support the student, prepare students for future culture shock, which will happen. Yeah. The second question was, is there a quick way of finding jobs in Korea for Nepalis? Yes and no. Yes, through Nepali communities. And those communities, excellent. I didn't know, but at the moment I'm teaching in Kyungmoon University, and about 20 of my students are Nepali students, and about 80 of them are students from Uzbekistan, and the rest of the groups are from Azerbaijan and different countries. And I asked them, where do you get Nepali food? And they were like, there's a community there. Where do you, Uzbek student was driving a car, how did you get a car? There is Uzbek car dealer. So in Korea. So those communities is excellent. And they have a great information sort of hub, whether it's a sort of formal hub or informal hub. There are a lot of informations out there. So that's kind of quickest way. But my recommendation to students is just don't follow what everyone else has done before. There are also Korean government job site, job board that links Korean small and medium-sized enterprises to job seekers. Websites such as contactkorea.go.kr, that's the job board run by Korean government linking Korean companies needing foreign workers. And not many foreign workers know about these things, so they only go for some of the well-known route. But look for those job board run by central government and also regional government. Now regional government Because obviously regional government care about success of their companies within the region because they want tax, yeah? They want companies to pay tax. They want those companies to do well. And those companies are all short of workers. So regional government have a job board that introduced in Link. So look for those things. So if you are interested in Gyeongsang-Bukdo province, go to the province website. There is a job board. I guarantee you, there are job board. Look for those things and see potential opportunities. Yeah, you can follow what your senpai have done in the previous years, but you can create your own route and present that opportunity to people who will come after you. So that's sort of my recommendation. Third one, when will Korea open for it's a very much depend on government. But what I can say is that Mr. Bipin knows more than I do. These guys follow the news. These guys check with the embassies. So talk to them about it. But one thing about Korea is that the government will change soon, very soon, in June. June 3rd, June 4th, we'll have a new government. And at the moment, the front runner is a progressive party leader who are more open to more sort of Asian people coming, supporting our industries. And they are the party that ensure that there is no discriminatory salary rating for the foreign workers and the home workers, Korean workers. So they'll have different policy, but hopefully more preferable, favorable ones for overseas workers. So check the news throughout June. Things might change very quickly. But my advice is these guys know more than I do. So excellent question from Lee. Yes, it is true. I mean, there is no denying that traditionally in Korea and Japan, some of the jobs that we needed foreign workers to fill were cheap labor, domestic labor, or the care job that are difficult, that are so difficult that Korean young people, Japanese young people are not keen to get into. So that's why there is huge shortage. To some extent, that is still the case. That is still the case. In Korea, I'm sure you, teacher, like 3D industry. It's not 3D industry. It's that D is like, what, dirty, difficult, dangerous job. Yeah. Usually those were the sort of jobs that typically Koreans or Japanese thought that the foreign workers could fill. It is the case. It is still the case, but it is changing. Because I do see the change, because as I mentioned, that shortage of jobs started from factories. Now it is spreading across society and different industries. Yeah. Therefore, maybe in the past, the job available to you may have been just in a care home, kitchen, or restaurant, or factories, industries. But now things are changing. Other industry, other service industry, other front-facing industries are also experiencing shortage. Yeah? So these are sort of jobs that you should target. And obviously, at the moment, it's transition period. But this is why I think I encourage students, I said this to Vietnamese students last week, language is only a start. Yeah. You should have Korean language, Japanese language, plus something else, whether it's IT skills, whether it's, I don't know, data analysis, or any other skills. If you have that, the likelihood is that the other opportunities will open up, because other areas traditionally weren't open to foreign workers are opening up. So learn your language, but also have something else, some other skills that you can present. So that's kind of my advice. So things are changing, more opportunities are becoming available. And if you want to train when the opportunities are open, it might be a bit late, right? You'll be tired from your current job, you're already there. But that's why I encourage you to read the news and know what's going on in those countries. So if you preempt it, if you know what sort of job sectors might open up in future in 2-3 years time, and if you have that insight in your head, and along with your language skills, if you prepare yourself for that, when the opportunity opens, you'll be the first one, right? So that's my encouragement. So language is, of course, it's given, but language plus something else, right? So for me, my example, I speak English, I speak Korean, and I started working I had a team within my team, a Japanese speaker, but I had to let go of her. So I was like thinking, do I hire a new Japanese speaker or should I just go and learn it? So I just decided to learn it. And then that opened up new opportunities for me, not only linking UK and Korea, but linking Korea with Japan and linking UK with Japan as well. So when I equip myself with new skill, whether it's language skill or new programming skills, it does open up. Yeah. So that's kind of my advice to you as you prepare. So language plus what else can be your, your advantage, And think about it from Korean employers' point of view. When they see you, put yourself as an interviewer's point of view. Yeah, you speak English, or you speak Korean, that's good. What else can you do? What sort of attitude do you have? How much are you willing to be part of our team? How much do you have the sense of ownership of your work given? Because as an employer, that's what we are looking for, right? So have that mindset and train yourself for that, okay? Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Sam. It was a wonderful session today, and he answered lots of questions, very intricate details regarding, not specifically about the college, but the overall experience you have to have knowledge about when you are in South Korea or maybe UK or any other countries. So these are the very important factors that may be missed while we counsel students on a day-to-day basis. So we conducted this session to give you an insight. So it was a wonderful experience. Thank you. Thank you all of our guests. So I would like to hand over this mic to our chairperson, Mr. Y.B. Paudel sir, just to convey the thank you note for Dr. Sam.
Okay, first of all, thank you, Mr. Dr. Sam Kyungmoon, Regional Director of Button and the South Arabic College as well as in UK, and Professor of Kyungmoon University, South Korea, as well as the Jeonju College in South Korea, because he provided us this time, and he is from now UK to provide you a study about the UK as well as the South Korea. He is representing both countries, and I invited him in our college, Central College. Please come and give the seminar as well as inform the students so that the interested student can get the first-hand information to study about the situation, work, as well as the study about UK and the South Korea, as well as the student can learn many things from him, because he has a very many experience all over the world, because he is from South Korea, but he has been staying in UK from last 20 years, but he married with Australian girl. That's why from Korea to UK and from Australia, all over the world, he has experience. He has done the research as well in his education level qualification. That's why Central College is very happy to make the relation with him and to invite him, as well as to provide the seminar to our students who want for the study South Korea, work in South Korea, as well as the study in UK. Universities course as well as the vocational diploma course. Before 2 months before, I think 2 months before, I visited his college in UK, and we had a discussion, and I invited, okay, please come, let's give the opportunity to Nepalese students. That's why, okay, I am very lucky, and we are very happy, Central College family as well as me, we are very happy to get him here, and he had done the seminar, and I hope you student, I think you got some knowledge about about study in UK and study in Korea as well as the other internationally things also. I think you have learned. Also, I would like to thank to Mr. Lee William, okay, from UK and from London, and he has been with us to teach the English language, IELTS, PT, TOEFL, and supporting us from last 7 months. I would like to thank to Mr. Lee William also. He is also supporting us in the bachelor course also for colleges. As well as I would like to thank to Mr. Saito Shigeru. Okay, he is with me from Tokyo, and he will be here for 5 months to teach the Japanese language and to support the students who are interested for study as well as working in Japan. He will counsel, he will support, he will teach. I hope, okay, in Central College, we are lucky that, okay, we are getting the Japanese people here to stay and to teach the student, to counseling the student, Korean people here, Mr. Dr. Sam, as well as the London people, English people also here. That's why hope Central College made big background and base. Hope it will go ahead and it will support the students as well as worker who are interested for UK, America, Australia, Canada, South Korea, Europe, all over the world. Hope this team will work for you, students. Again, thank to Mr. Dr. Sam, as well as Mr. Lee and Mr. Saito Shigeru, as well as our head of the department, Mr. Bipin, as well as all staffs of Central College. Thank you a lot. Thank you.
So, thank you, Chairperson. So, I would like to just convey that we are closing the program now. If anybody have last minute questions, any questions? Okay, I know there will be questions, so that's why.
Hello, my name is Thang Sang Tamang, and I want to know about the student visa in Korea. You know, they are demanding lots of qualification, GPA, like least not than 3.1 or 3.2, and IELTS score not less than 6.5, or at least you have to score 7 band. I want to know that is if there is changing in law in coming years or anything else about that. Thank you.
So if you want to answer it, I should answer it.
I think in terms of a specific information, I think currently Mr. VPN and the team know about. In terms of what is going to happen, nobody knows. In terms of why these things are happening, I know, because universities and colleges in Korea, they are all looking for, I mean, when we talk about the shortage of people, we also talk about shortage of students in those colleges and universities. So they want to invite international students, and they are working with industries closely so that one route traditionally was inviting foreign workers into industry straight ahead. But that used to be good, but it also created some issues with initial adaptation, cultural adaptation. That's why the government is looking at, okay, foreign young people, if they come through Korean university or colleges 2 years, university 4 years, then that will ease up that cultural adaptation process. Also train those people with language skills. So that's kind of new route the government is encouraging. What has happened is that in the past 3 years, Nepali students who used to be about 1,500, 2,000 a year level pre-COVID, but all of a sudden that number has gone up, and it's like doubled each year, like from 2,000 to 4,000, 6,000, and this year they're looking at about 10,000 Nepali students coming, which means that news has spread. All 400 Korean universities and colleges are coming to Nepal, trying to work with agencies. What that created was some issues with underperforming students coming to Korea, or some workers with a lot of problems, fake document arriving in Korea and then disappearing. And universities and colleges in Korea, desperate for international students, do not have international team to support the student. So that has happened in the past 12 months. So that's why government had to do something. Okay, we have to do something about it. So maybe we should raise up the GPA score barrier. Maybe we should raise up the IELTS barrier for English track. Maybe we should do this and that. Maybe we should check the Korean universities and colleges whether they have good, well-performing international team or not. So right now that is happening. That's what's happening. So in future, what do I see? I think this is the stage where what I call cleaning up stage. There are a lot of universities and colleges in Korea shouldn't receive international student, were receiving student. There were some students from abroad who aren't willing to do proper study and work. Were coming to Korea and disappearing. So after this cleaning process, things will stabilize because there are a lot of rule changes like overnight. So that's because it's that stage. But what is for sure is that we have population shortage. It's not like all Korean women all of a sudden decide to have extra babies. No, we can't do that. It doesn't happen. We'll always have shortages, which means there are jobs to be filled. So after this cleaning up process, the Korea will welcome and the law will stabilize to welcome genuine students who will learn and then contribute to Korean industry. And then there will be out of 400 universities and colleges in Korea, some of them will lose the right to sponsor a student. And I think it is good from our point of view that those who are not prepared shouldn't actually be in this area. After cleaning up, when that will end, we don't know, but what's good for you is that time is against Korea. Time is for you. Because the shortage of workers and opportunities available to you is only increasing. Yeah, so that's kind of what I can say. So my advice is, talk to the team because they get the update from the Korean embassy as well. One thing is that at the moment, out of 400 universities and colleges, 200 universities and 200 colleges, for example, colleges offer a program for 2 years and afterwards you can work in Korea as well. What I hear last week is that currently the student visa route to the colleges is shut. Only universities can receive students. But I think that will also change as well. So if those college route opens up as well, then if you are well prepared in terms of language, you can only do like 2 years in colleges and still get the visa to stay on. So that would be nice step into Korea. So watch the news, talk to the team, but see it as a cleaning up process now. But it will be cleaned up, and if your intention is genuine, the opportunity will open.
I hope he answered your questions.